off this episode with some annoying things. Why do they put junkyard stamps there? If this engine's in the car and it's no good, you can't see the junkyard stamp. You can't see it. Why do they put them there? Alright, so we've got the engine up on my little lifting table here, so I can do the clutch and flywheel stuff. Took out the crank bushing, that's always fun. Clean the starter up. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the new flywheel on, bolt that down, torque it on, and then we're gonna bolt the starter up completely, at least on one end. And we're gonna do a compression test on this. Now, the engine should be fine, came out of a running car, but still wanna check the compression before we go and put it in the car, just in case there's any issues. Could I have done that with the flex plate on? Yes, but I wanted to get stuff done because it's more than likely to be okay. So, got everything apart. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We have our oil feed line here, brand new in the package. We're gonna put that on before we do the compression test because there will be oil that is gonna wanna come out of that. So we'll put the oil feed line on so that's ready to go. And then if this compression test comes back good, then we'll put the clutch cover on with the disc, transmission on, and this thing's ready to go back in the car. I have to put, obviously, carrier bearing and lower torque mount on this block. This was an all-wheel drive block, from what I can tell. So the threads that aren't used, like the thread for here and the threads down here, they're a little crusty, so we're gonna chase those out before we put anything in, just because there hasn't been anything in there this whole time. So that's where we're at. All right, let's get this feed line on here. What I was gonna do is hook it up to the turbo. What I'm gonna do instead is actually hook it up to this side, just put the fittings on this side. I'm gonna run the hose into a container so that I can just check for oil flow. I'm sure the pump on this thing is good, but never a bad thing to check. All right, got jumper cables hooked up on it. We have our oil feed here. Have compression tester in there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna crank it over. I'm gonna hold this right here so that the oil will go into the fill. And we're gonna do a compression test on it. I put 2 quarts of oil in it, which is more than enough for the oil pump to be happy. And not enough to I'm gonna waste it because I gotta drain it out anyway. So let's see what we get, shall we? We got, what's that? Oh, we're leaking. Let's try that again. Got about 175. Now this is cold, so the numbers are going to be a little wonky. It's also fairly dry. That's not good. $60. Oh boy. $90. Oh boy. We got a junk one here. That sucks. This sucks. $140. Oh boy. All right, so the auto salvage place we got this from is trying to find me another one. At least I think that's the plan from what they told me. I sent them the video that you guys just saw of me doing the compression test so they could see the test happening. Just talked to the customer. Customer's supposed to pick it up this weekend. We already got delayed from waiting on the clutch and waiting on the AC compressor. Kind of is what it is. He gets it. You know, it's a used engine. It's not anything I had any control over, so it just delays it. So again, this is just part of it. I don't want to strip this one down just because I'm already running tight on room as it is. And if I take everything off this, it's going to take up a ton of room and then I can't work. I have a brand new engine car over here, big turbo car, that I gotta do some tuning and inspection on. So I'm gonna just do that for now. But it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I just got off the phone with the yard I got this from. They have another one that they're getting shipped in, same miles, same everything. They're telling me it should be here in 2 days, which kind of sucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push this off to the side for now. I don't want to have parts laying around everywhere. I already have enough crap laying around. So, fun. Okay, so it is now Friday, and this engine just got here. So I'm going to take everything off that I have to, get the coil packs, and instead of swapping everything over like I usually do and then do the compression test, we're going to do it first, since this one has a flex plate on it that is actually bolted down. And I hope to God we get good numbers out of it. $90 still, or $100? $190. Got a bad engine again, folks. Can't make this up. Try it again. Cylinder 2. $60. $110. Oh, Jesus. Here we have engine number 3, and I just pulled the spark plugs out, and one of them is soaked in oil. And we've got oil in the tube. And it's got RTV pretty much everywhere on like the valve cover. Which means somebody jammed RTV in there to try to fix a cam seal leak. But let's see what the compression looks like. Okay, engine number 3, compression test. Let's try this again. We got 160. 70. And 170. Check cylinder 2 again. Still 130. So I'm just at my wit's end with these used engine things. I mean, on top of that, we'd have to take this turbo off and get it sent to a machine shop because that stud is already gonna break. It's already stripped. I haven't talked to the customer yet, but this is what we're gonna have to do. We're going to just build him a new engine. I'm done playing this game. Time, as I say in like every video, time is our most precious asset, and the junkyards of the world who can't be bothered to do compression tests on their engines have wasted a month of this guy's time and have wasted probably about 20 hours of my time. So we're just done. I would rather put my time into helping somebody than dealing with this crap. As you can tell, I'm pretty aggravated. So we're just gonna build this guy a new engine. I talked to the machine shop. I'm trying to do this as, you know, cost effective as I can so I don't completely screw myself. I've got cylinder heads laying around because I don't really want to use much of his old engine just because of how many miles it has on it, and you can see the condition it's in. I have cylinder heads laying around that are in good shape. I will just have to do the valve lash on them because they don't have any buckets in them. And I have cams that are in good shape, so we'll use those. I have blocks that are going to be in much better shape than this with lower miles. I'm just going to give him one of those. The only things that I have to use out of his engine, unfortunately, are his crankshaft and his connecting rods and his pistons, which they should be in good shape. Piston rings are the issue on his engine. So we'll do new rings, new bearings. We'll put his crank, his rods, and his pistons in the new engine. We'll get new head gasket, new head bolts. As far as the turbo goes, because his turbo is just junk. I have a used turbo I actually forgot about on a manifold in storage. We'll use that. The only gaskets we're really going to need are going to be related to the water pump housing and the water pump, which we'll probably just get him a different water pump, if I'm honest, because I don't want to put 170,000 mile one on there. So we're gonna build him a new one. One of the heads I have still has the injectors in it with the rail, so that helps with all that. So we're just gonna build him a new one. I'm gonna do the labor for free, just because I'm just aggravated with this process. I feel bad for the dude. Unfortunately, anybody that owns one of these Jukes, this is what you're gonna deal with if you need an engine. So we're basically gonna just build him an engine at the price of what this used one was. I talked to the like I said, I talked to the machine shop. He's gonna really work with me because he also feels bad and, you know, feels like the dude's getting screwed. So he's gonna work with me. All the machine shop really has to do is, I don't want to do the piston rings. If it's a race car where the tolerances can be a little looser, I'll do piston rings. But I want the machine shop to do the piston rings. I'm gonna have them do the hone and measure the cylinders to make sure the block I'm giving him is in perfect shape. And I'm gonna have them deck the block surface, and then that's it. Everything else I can do here. The full assembly I can do here. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. I'm past aggravated. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. Just want to get this guy's car back. it's been one headache after another. I will from now on never do the used engine thing. So if somebody comes to me with a blown motor, it's rebuild or new from Nissan or nothing. It's gonna be that simple.
Like and subscribe, guys.